Welcome to Module 5. In Module
Module 2.
we looked at the Content Viewer Stateless Application.
Let's see as an admin what we can do with Stateless Application in APIC. I can see all my deployed applications. I can see application details, names, roles, permissions, application versions. I can upgrade an existing application to a newer version. I can disable an existing application, or I can remove an existing application from APIC. Let's talk about when to use a stateless application. The biggest value of a stateless application is the visual representation of aggregated data from different sources, most likely shown as a graph, but you are open to use any display means, like a table or a report. The idea is to make it extremely lightweight and only rely on HTML, JavaScript, images, CSS style sheets, and ACI REST APIs. If your application can serve the business purpose with just using the above-mentioned approach, then your application is a good candidate for a stateless application. Let's see some examples of what may make a good candidate for a stateless application. This is a JavaScript graph and chart library. As you can see, it shows a lot of different types of graphs and presents data in different formats and interesting ways. Use your imagination to think what graph you could use from these examples to create a powerful stateless application. In this course, we will be using one of these graphs as our learning path and build on top of it. Let's see when not to use a stateless application. If you have to rely on runtime environment that requires you to deploy a server with specific configuration of a database, or a backend workflow engine, or a REST API server, or if you have to rely on a language like Python, Java, or Go, it makes sense not to deploy your application as a stateless application. These types of applications are good candidates for a stateful application. This concludes Module 5. In the next module, we will download our sample starter application and start playing with it. This is where things start to get much more interesting.